This is a very quick video to show you exactly what's involved in setting up an astrophotography rig. So first of all, you need an equatorial mount. So this is an EQ5 mount which I have, which I bought secondhand and then slowly went through repairing it. So right now I'm just making sure that the legs are correctly extended and that it's all firm into the ground. I also then adjust the legs so that the spirit level on the mount is actually central, and then I did a quick glance because I know roughly where Polaris is, so I could check that it was pointing roughly in the direction of Polaris. So I've now put the counterweight on, and it's really important that you put the counterweight on first, because then when you mount the telescope and the equatorial mount will then be roughly in balance. So now I've just gone to go and get the guide scope, and that already has the camera on it as well, as does the main telescope that you can see there. That also has a DSLR camera on the back. So my next step is to put the cabling in and the cable looms. The cable that I've just hung on the hand controller is actually the cable which is going to be pushing the mount. So when PHD2 is controlling the mount, that's the control cable. Now I'm wiring in the cable loom for the cameras, and I attach it with some Velcro cable ties which I can reuse, and I made up the cable loom so it was just one cable. Now the cable that I've just put on there, that's the dew heater controller. There are two dew heaters. One of them is on the top of the large scope and the other one is on the guide scope, and I'm now just sorting out the individual cables for those. Unfortunately, I've not been able to loom these because I store the guide scope and the main telescope separately, so I didn't want those to be in a loom. The chair that I've just moved in there is actually going to house a box which will have the laptop inside, and the idea of the box, just a really simple plastic box, is it keeps the moisture away from the laptop when I'm imaging. So that's the laptop just being placed inside, and now I can plug in all of the various USB power and other cables into the laptop itself. So these will be the USB extension leads which I'm just putting in there as well. They'll be connected to the actual imaging loom which is connected to the camera itself. And again, those USB leads are extended, so there's plenty of slack on them. And then I can just close up the box, and the other plastic box on the table that I'm carrying through just lives underneath on the chair. So that keeps everything together. I also have a batten-off mask which I use for focusing, which is in that box as well. So the next step is just to run in some mains power. So that's now been run in, and that just sits underneath the scope. So you can also see on the floor there a small lead acid battery which powers the main camera. It also powers the dew heaters, but I'll be hopefully upgrading that to a bigger battery. The plastic box which I've just put all of the power and everything in is to prevent moisture and water building up on any of the cables, and it works really effectively. So now I'm just doing cable management and getting some cable ties out, the Velcro ones, and they tie all of the cables so that they don't get caught, and particularly when the telescope is slewing, I don't want anything to get caught. And that's the end. So I hope that was useful, but that was just the basic rig. It takes about 15 to 20 minutes to finish it off. Thanks for watching.